you're not sure what striker to choose, and you see, right, this striker has a higher shot ratio. Might that be something you consider?
Yeah, players that shoot inside the box.
Yeah.
So, for example, I'll give you an example with a player, Szoboszlai.
Yeah.
Szoboszlai is supposed to be quite an attacking player. But if you look at his underlying data, he has 0 shots in the box.
Right.
So that's a player that if I'm going to be looking into Liverpool, because we've just discussed, they've got really good fixtures.
Yeah.
He's a player that on the face of it, you could look at him and go, oh, do you know what? He plays for Liverpool. He plays attacking. He could be a good option, but maybe not as good as you might think because he does not shoot.
So, you said depends how you play the game. Some players play it with underlying data. Some players play it with the eye.
Yeah.
How do you play?
I try to do both.
Yeah.
I tend towards data because your eye can lie to you. So can data, but if you learn to read it, like for example, how you filter out your data is very important.
Behind the scenes from Beyond The Sidelines.
It's a really good ball. It's Shabalala. Goal! Bafana!
Welcome to Gameweek 12 preview of BTS, and I'm here with Mr. Maverick himself. Just introduce yourself, bro.
FPL Maverick, Ricardo, do YouTube, TikTok, met these boys, wow, a while ago now. A while ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, YouTube, TikTok, do FPL content, and yeah, it's good to be here.
Good, man. Thank you for coming on, bro. Thank you for coming on. Let me go through the routine. So obviously I have to shout out the BTS League, which you're in as well.
Yep.
We always do this for every episode because, listen, everyone in the league is a BTS Prime Minister. In first place, we got PD All-Stars in tune for that £350 cash prize. Second place, we got Show Me the Money. That's £100 cash prize. And third place, we got Vert's Nightmare looking at a £50 cash prize. So big up to everyone in the league. Good luck, everyone, with your teams. And yeah, Game Week 12 will be back and we're ready to go.
I tell you, that league gives me nightmares.
You're doing all right, though, man.
I was doing all right.
Yeah.
Fell off a cliff. I was first at one point.
Yeah, you were.
Didn't last.
Yeah. You see what it is there? In those first couple of weeks, for people that's first, I'm thinking, we know we're not going to win yet. But I'm thinking, we invited a monster into this.
Not with me.
Yeah.
Not with me. Well, thing is, I've been doing this for a while now. And I find
How long have you been doing it? Sorry.
So, YouTube, last season.
Yeah.
So, as far as content creation, I started last season.
Yeah.
As far as playing the game, seriously?
Yeah.
4 seasons now.
Okay.
Including this season.
Yeah.
4 seasons.
Yeah.
And when I say seriously, I mean, I got friends that,
you
know what it's like.
The Banter League and all that.
And then people get on your back.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm not going to be, I don't want any part of that. I have to be at least middle of the pack or top.
Yeah.
If there's 25 of you, 10th.
Yeah.
10th. No one's on your back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I started taking it seriously, and it was, I love the Premier League.
Yeah.
Love the Premier League. I think it's the best league in the world. Also, I mean, I'm biased because I'm here.
Yeah.
I get to watch the games and stuff. So, it's been good. It's been good, but it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
And you see some of the best content creators in the world, see how well they do. Ben Krellin, all these guys.
Yeah. You got some top talent, man. Some elite stuff going on there. So before we go into touching on Game Week 12, what would be the general advice you give to FPL players around the world?
Ooh, right now.
Yeah.
Plan Game Week 16.
Okay.
Yeah. Huge AFCON.
Yeah.
Plan everything you're doing between now and Game Week 16. Because I'm not sure how many people remember. You get 5 free transfers in Game Week 16. And if you don't use them all, if you don't use everything between now and then, you just lose whatever you roll over to Game Week 16. So you can plan to make short-term moves with players potentially moving to AFCON or potentially going to become prospects beyond Game Week 16, because you think all these players are going to be going off. Your Salah's not, I don't know how many people have Salah, but Salah's not going to be around. There's going to be a few players going to AFCON. So someone like Antoine Semenyo, if you don't already have Semenyo, his price is going to go up exponentially because Ghana didn't make it.
Yeah.
So he's not going.
Yeah.
So watch people get to game week 15, forget, go in with 2 free transfers, lose them. Or not have him, and then everyone starts realizing, oh, I need a player to put in.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be getting in.
So is your advice then, try and have 0 free transfers?
0 free transfers going into 16.
Okay.
0.
How important, what do people need to know about AFCON in particular to help them plan for game week 16? In your opinion?
What do you mean by that?
So you just dropped a bomb on us, yeah? That Ghana didn't qualify.
Yeah.
So that means your likes of Semenyo,
Yeah.
who's a main player at the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's not going.
Yeah, exactly.
So is that a case of you just knowing the top level stuff of what's going on in AFCON? Or have you been looking at, or do you advise people to look at, Team Mbomo, Egypt?
So Mbomo he's definitely going to be a short term.
Yeah.
Because of he's going.
Yeah.
But because you're getting those transfers back,
Yeah.
I think he is actually someone to really look at.
Yeah.
Going in to the next few game weeks.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I'm trying to think, United have Crystal Palace in game week 13. It's not the best. Crystal Palace have the second best defense in the league.
Yeah.
Stats wise, second best defense in the league. Whereas they have Everton next, I believe. Everton.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you look at that fixture, I think he does quite well against Everton.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I say that. It's tough. I think with Mbomo, stats-wise, when you look at underlying stats, he actually produces some of the highest underlying stats in the Premier League going forward. He is so attacking. Whereas the likes of Bruno Fernandes is a bit more expensive, but he can unlock an Everton significantly easier than maybe an Mbomo.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as far as, AFCON, the main one for me that I've got in my head is if you don't have Semenyo.
That's the main one. Fair. Okay. So in terms of research for AFCON then, there's going to be teams that traditionally do well, the likes of Egypt as an
so you're
example.
looking at
and then you're going to have teams, So do you think that's significant to know, or do you think just play it by ear for the meantime?
The thing is, you can't plan. You can't plan for that. You can't plan for how well a team is going to do in a tournament. Do you know what I mean? It's a tournament. It's tough.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be planning my transfers in such a way that I think, they're likely to come home early.
Yeah.
Because who knows?
Okay. Fair.
Who knows?
Fair. What other main sort of advice have you got for the community?
Well, it depends on how you play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on how you play the game. If you play the game via your eyes, there's not much we can really tell you. Do you know what I mean? But if you play with underlying data, if you play with fixtures, like your fixture difficulty tracker, things like that, teams you want to probably look at going forward, Manchester United is pretty good fixtures coming up. Obviously, we just spoke about Everton going forward, so likes of Mbomo, Bruno. You've got, on that point of United, stay away from the defence.
Okay. You think they're going to be conceding, yeah?
Thing is, they've got one of the worst defences, although they've been performing. I think 3 in their last 5 they've won, and they've drawn 2, their last 2. And one of those wins was against Liverpool.
Yeah.
So going forward, they're doing well, but they do concede. So I think Delict is good for DEFCON, but there are other options, especially when you look at Bournemouth, especially when you look at Crystal Palace. You've got Senesi, you've got Richards, you've got Munoz. I wouldn't be getting in a Delict over these. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool have actually the best fixtures going into the next 5.
Forest next, and then they've got West Ham coming up as well.
They have the best fixtures going into the next 5. But then who do you trust? Because I don't trust Wirtz. Gakpo's got injured. Is injured, or he's got injury. He's got issues. Salah is so expensive.
Yeah.
And he's just not been on it.
No. If
you trust him, if you think, do you know what, Salah's going to do it, and you've got some money, he might be a differential at this point.
An expensive differential.
But at this point, he might be a differential. And with him, anything could happen.
So you said depends how you play the game. Some players play it with underlying data. Some players play it with the eye.
Yeah.
How do you play?
I try to do both.
Yeah.
I tend towards data because your eye can lie to you. So can data, but if you learn to read it, like for example, how you filter out your data is very important. If you just do everything, then you're going to miss maybe a player's data says per 90 they do X amount, but they've only played, say, 20 minutes in a game. It skews the data.
That's right. That's right.
So you have to be careful with how you're reading the data. It's very, very important. But it's where eyes come in because you can pay attention. You can go, actually, I can see you. Yeah, you don't look that great. Or, there was a point where Wobie last season was doing his thing. But if you looked at the goals, they were ricocheting off this one and ricocheting off that one and coming off the back of that person. And you can't plan for goals with a player that's doing that. Even though if you were to buy him, you'd kind of be doing well.
All right. So for people watching this who probably don't go to that level of detail in FPL, can we talk them through like a beginner course of data? Right. So like without giving away too much of your secrets, where would someone find data?
So the main source of data is Opta.
Yeah.
So Opta do all of the data. So there are websites that you can go for. Me, I do Fancy Football Hub. Fancy Football Hub, they have all of the data. They've got all the underlyings. They do articles every week for what's happening next week, for what just happened. And you can actually filter it down to such a point where they can tell you how many passes they've done in the final third, how many tackles for tackle success, pass success in the final third. All these data points that if you can filter it in such a way that gives you a head up. Do you know what I mean? As far as data is concerned, and as far as they're concerned, they are free. They have a free service. It's free. Anyone can do it. You just go Fancy Football Hub and it's free.
Okay. So then, because I don't play the game by data. I play the game by vibes. I'm going to be so honest,
You're not alone.
I play by vibes and football knowledge, But because I'm familiar with data, I'm comfortable with data. That can be quite daunting for people. Let me I'm going to say some statements based on what you've said and just check my understanding. All right. So first one is because there's so many stats. So you've got passes in the final third. I'm sure you got chance creation. Would you look at things like that to determine what midfielders might be getting assists, for example? Okay. And then if you're not sure what striker to choose and you see, right, this striker has a higher shot ratio, might that be something you consider for an attacker?
Players that shoot inside the box. So for example, I'll give you an example with a player, Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai is supposed to be quite an attacking player. But if you look at his underlying data, he has 0 shots in the box.
Right.
So that's a player that if I'm going to be looking into Liverpool, because we've just discussed, they've got really good fixtures. He's a player that on the face of it, you could look at him and go, oh, do you know what? He plays for Liverpool. He plays attacking. He could be a good option. But maybe not as good as you might think because he does not shoot. He'll pass it. He might get you an assist, but he does not shoot ball.
And it's not like they're killing it from set because he's good on set pieces, isn't he? But he's do you know, so let me just say, like I said, I play on vibes. The boys as well.
It's just as good as anything.
No, but do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? I'm loving this because we've never had this level of conversation or insight into FPL on BTS like this. So like you're pioneering right now. And I'm here for this. I'm here for this. And I guess, look, I dabble in like some of FPL content, seeing different videos. And sometimes when I look at things, I'm like, is this vibes reconstructed? But when I hear what you say and like how you present and how you even do your videos, I know you're a person that like you got the captain's armband. Like you're focused.
I try.
So I like your style. I really like your style. Pretty cool. Okay. So game week 12 then, What I'll ask you to do is send me your team. I'm going to put it up, etc. But what are your plans for your team for game week 12?
So as far as game week 12 is concerned, I mean, I'll get the team up so we can have a quick look. But I'm looking to move Anderson out.
Okay.
And I'm looking to bring in, what am I looking to do? I'm looking to get Anderson out.
Yeah.
Now, mainly, Anderson, the reason I brought Anderson in originally was because he was a DEFCON magnet. Still is.
So. Yeah.
Still is.
Yeah.
But in this time of football, of FPL, where the midfielders, a lot of them are getting DEFCON. Look at Saka.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
players are getting DEFCON. Yeah. And I don't feel like having a player that's not attacking is good enough to just rely on DEFCON.
Right.
So Anderson, for me, if he's not picking up DEFCON, he's not picking up anything.
Yeah.
So it's tough. So I'm looking at Anderson out. He's got Liverpool anyway. So I want none of that.
Yeah.
Ismail Assar in.
Yeah.
Because Crystal Palace.
I like the Palace fixture. Yeah.
Have good fixtures. And Ismail Assar is one of their more attacking players. I'd argue Mateta is one of the biggest buys this week. Just if captaincy choice, he's even captaincy choice. Even with the likes of Haaland being there. Like, it's a genuine question.
Because so City go to Newcastle, St. James's Park. That is not an easy place to go away. Not an easy place.
Haaland, though.
He seems to be doing it everywhere. The rules that apply to him. He's Mr. FPL this season.
Look, let me put it to you in context. Let me give you some context.
Yeah.
It's only been 11 games. He has 9.6 non-penalty expected goals over 11.
Yeah.
Non-penalty expected. That's a joke. The next person down, I don't know who it is, I can't remember, has 6.
Yeah. That's significant.
So that's a significant difference. We're talking about a player that at the moment, he's just swimming in goals. So you can't bet against him. Even last week, he missed a penalty. He still returned.
Yeah, he still returned. Yeah, that hurt. And a lot of people who didn't captain Salah, my sort of, group and friends, they were laughing, but we had the last laugh at the end. So big up Haaland.
You know what I mean?
So Anderson out, go on. What else are you thinking?
Other than that, so what I've done, so I've got Raya. I've got Raya in goal. I've only got one free transfer, so I'm only going to use one free transfer. I'm not going to mess around too much. Raya in goal, got Tottenham at home. Now, I don't necessarily think Tottenham are going to do too much, but
big derby game, man.
But a big derby game, anything can happen.
And this is where the eye helps me.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Spurs haven't been in top form.
Very underwhelming against Chelsea, if you look at that.
Very underwhelming. Not been in top form. And Arsenal are the best defense in the league by a significant margin. I think they've only conceded 5.
Yeah.
5? Yeah. I think it's 5.
With so Gabriel linked off.
I saw that.
For Brazil.
Yeah.
And Calafiori as well.
Calafiori's never fit. He's never fit. But I'm looking at their depth.
Yes.
Mascara.
Yeah.
When he's come in.
Yeah.
He's looked very good.
Yeah.
So I don't look at Gabriel coming off and going, oh my goodness. Like 2 seasons ago, Gabby got injured and it was, you guys were done.
But what team do you support?
So I support Barcelona. It's more just by default at this point.
Yeah.
I don't follow La Liga.
Yeah.
I don't follow Barcelona. Yeah. I'll watch an odd game here or there. I follow the Premier League.
Yeah.
So as a fan, I'm a Premier League fan. I tell you teams that I like to watch. I like to watch Arsenal play. I like to watch City play. I used to like to watch Liverpool play. It's not fun at the moment. I like to watch Bournemouth, Brighton. I like watching the way Brighton play. I really like the way Brighton play. But I'll kind of...
I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how I feel about you not supporting a Premier League team. There's pros and cons, yeah? The pros is you're immune from banter. Because it gets rife. It's very tribal. But then it feels like we're getting away with it as well.
I do. And fair. I mean, so think about it like this: as a content creator that doesn't support a Premier League team, who do you support?
Arsenal.
You do, don't you?
I thought I'm a big Arsenal.
Yeah, I thought you did.
Yeah.
So you support Arsenal.
Yeah.
How many times are Arsenal playing a team and you're like, I don't want to go for that team just in case they score against my team?
Okay, so there's going to be fans like that, yeah. But what you have to consider for me, I don't know about Arsenal fans. We've been through trauma.
Yeah.
Because I'm from the generation of Wenger and the Invincibles.
Yeah.
So I've gone through the pain of like I've gone against Arsenal loads of times, whether it's a bet or whether it's not supporting. I always support Arsenal, but I've never been afraid to go against my team only because of the trauma. No. If you peel away the trauma and we roll back the years, then I'm definitely impacted by that bias.
I think you're only saying this now because you guys are good. FPL wise. Because there's not many teams that you won't back yourself against. So if there was a Madrid in the Premier League, let's say Madrid joined the Premier League, and you got an opportunity to bring Mbappe in and captain him, you'd be less likely to think, I want to captain this guy because he's going to score against us. I think just a lot of those.
You see? Okay, so this is the disadvantage of not being a particular fan of a team now, yeah? Because like, as Arsenal fans, when you follow, I'm going to follow them closely. So they get more than 50% of my Premier League energy. So that means I then have the frustrations of doubting our attack.
Yep.
So my biggest thing for Arsenal, or I'm closer to the problem of open play goals, and we're 25% of the way through the season, and we still haven't figured it out.
No.
Now Arsenal's been there before, where we had a rigid style of play. The chemistry's clicked, and I remember like when we beat West Ham 6-0 season before last, 5-2 last season. I know we have moments where it just clicks, or a team is brave and they don't do the low block against us, like PSV last year, and we got 7, right?
Yeah.
So because I'm sort of accustomed, because I'm closer to them, I'm closer to the problems, and so my doubt comes in. Yeah. So if you look at like my team, I've got Raya. I've only recently doubled up on defense, but I've got Raya, Gabriel, and Saka.
Yep.
Now, I regret putting Saka in, and I actually said this 2 weeks ago. I wanted Declan Rice, which means goalkeeper, defender, and a box-to-box defensive midfielder.
But you know why?
Yeah, I know why. So with me, I'm not confident Arsenal wins. I'm confident we don't lose.
Yeah.
And that's the way Arteta set us up not to lose.
So, yes, do you know what? As far as Arsenal are concerned, I actually agree with that. I'm kind of in the same boat with Saka.
Yeah.
Where I started thinking, do you know what? I brought him in because he's the talisman.
Yes.
He's that guy.
Yes.
And look at last game. I mean, you see how I finished.
Yeah.
Ooh, it was nice. But because you guys don't score many open play goals, you have to start looking at your set piece takers.
Yes, which is like Rice, who gets DEFCON, Tessie passes,
Declan,
and I know he wants to add more goals to his game. So I think,
completely agree. Completely agree. But you see, all that makes sense. That's not got anything to do with you being an Arsenal fan. You're just looking at it and going, look, we don't take many opportunities in open play.
Yeah.
Our opportunities come from set pieces.
Yeah.
Who are the set piece takers? Declan.
Yeah.
Declan is probably one of the only positions going forward that you'd want to look at. I had Victor Gyökeres because I saw Arsenal's run.
I had him as well for the same reason.
And I thought, you know what, this guy, he's had a bad start. But then Arsenal had quite a tough start. They had a tough start to the season.
We did.
So you look at that and you go, do you know what? He's going to play X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
I back him. I
did the same.
And nothing. Nothing. Dead in the water. And I thought, nah, I took a hit to get that guy out. I took a hit. I took a hit because I didn't have Gabby. And I didn't have, so I had 2 Arsenal. I'm trying to think how my Arsenal set up because I didn't have many Arsenal because you had such a bad start to the season. I was like, I might avoid that coming in because I don't know. So I started thinking, I need Gabby because this guy's getting attacking points.
Yes.
So got him in, got Raya in, got Saka. So now I've got the team that I have. I'm going to sit on it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to move Saka around, even though, and I think that's also a big thing, as far as FPL is concerned, is remember why you brought a player in, and don't let what just happened, influence your next choice too much.
Yeah.
It's a slow burn.
Yeah.
It's a slow burn.
Yeah.
Let it.
Do you know what? This episode is going to have even a thumbnail, description, or title, vibes versus data.
Yeah.
I'm loving this. I'm loving this. All right. So any other plans for game week 12? Well, you said you've only got one transfer,
one transfer.
So that's Anderson out. And who did you say
I
in?
think Ismail Assar as stands.
Yeah.
Ismail Assar in. I'm going to have a triple up on Palace. I've got Richards. I'm going to have potentially Sarr and Mateta.
Fair.
Captaincy, I'm not too sure. I've got Voltemada in at the moment, playing against Man City. I actually like that.
Yeah.
I actually like that. Because Voltemada is quite big, and I think he's going to cause problems. Haaland's currently my captain. It's how it's sitting at the moment. I've got Dewsbury Hall away against United.
Yeah.
Dewsbury Hall got me 9 points in the last game.
Yeah.
He's a nice little player.
Yeah.
He's on set pieces. Nice. I like him.
That Everton attack of Ndiaye, Grealish, and Dewsbury Hall, that's one I think to be conscious of.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to give you GAs every single week, but I think it's an opportunity to always keep in the back of your mind.
Beto is the most frustrating player
He
to watch.
is, oh my gosh. The guys will tell you about me and Beto last season. I put him in my team last season.
Because he should. You see the opportunities. The opportunities are there. He should be scoring.
Yeah.
Like I've witnessed him be guaranteed goal. And I've had him like, yes. And then he's just put it there.
Yeah.
And then there's been times where he's been dead on goal and I don't have him. And I've just been like,
yes.
Just, yes. Because it's one of the, he's just such a
he's frustrating.
inconsistent
They need to
striker.
sort their striking situation.
If they could get a more consistent striker,
You're looking top half. You're looking like a top half team there.
Like Danny Welbeck.
Yeah. If they had a Welbeck.
Danny Welbeck.
Yeah.
If they had a Welbeck, different team.
Yes. Agreed.
Grealish, Dewsbury Hall, they'd have someone to get the ball to.
Yeah. Agreed.
Get the ball to this guy.
Yeah.
Beto cannot be trusted.
Yeah.
But watch, we have this conversation. But yeah,
Okay.
other than that, like I say, I've got Semenyo, I've got Saka, and Haaland, Voltemada, and then my bench is just Reinders. I need to move him on.
So I've got a Reinders headache too, and he's going to be the one moving on.
Yeah.
Do you know what? My wild card was terrible. I put him in, and he's done nothing since. But that's because City played him in the 6th, which I don't understand because they got Nico.
they got Nico. Yeah.
So I thought Reinders was coming in to almost not replace KDB, but to offer an alternative to KDB. And we saw how good he did it in the first 2 games, even against Arsenal. If City can get him doing the Lampard runs, the third man runs or the second man runs, I think he could get good returns.
He can.
Pep's just not doing it.
But obviously Pep's seeing something in training.
Yeah.
And seeing that Reinders can maybe occupy a position that he doesn't have anyone to do it at the moment.
Yeah, but then I don't understand the Nico transfer. Then I just don't get it.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but again, Nico did have a good game, so let's see what happens. But for me, I've had enough. Reinders has to go. Yeah. I'm thinking of bringing in a Caicedo.
Caicedo's nice. Caicedo's interesting because he gets attacking returns.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like,
and that's why I'm annoyed that I've missed out on him.
I know.
And I suspect that probably isn't going to.
Do you know why I think a lot of us have missed out on him? It's because of players like Enzo.
Yeah.
Because last season, Enzo became that guy.
Yeah.
He went on a little bit of a run and everyone was like, oh, get Enzo in. Soon as we got Enzo in, dry.
Do you know what it is as well?
We have a bit of PTSD.
I'm going to be honest. I have a bias against Chelsea. I think they're rubbish. No, let me not say that. They're not rubbish. My issue with Chelsea is their transfer market was a lot of money, but a lot of average.
Yeah.
A lot of average.
Shout Pedro.
Good signing.
Yeah.
Esteval, good signing.
Esteval,
but
very good signing.
Who are Chelsea's best 2 wingers?
You see, this is where Neto and...
But you're not convinced. You're not convinced, are
No,
you?
it's not.
And this is the problem. They brought in Gittins, they brought in Neto, they've got Esteval. I think for the money they spent, they could have done more. Like, for example, so let's say they spent 60 mil on Pedro and Gittins, right?
Mhm.
Put in a bid for Isak, 120.
Yeah.
Not that he would have come, but it's just like, there's a lot of money being spent and the returns is just not convincing me.
So I'll be honest. I think, what's his name? We just said his name, the right wing. New signing, Esteval.
Yeah.
Esteval, I think, is significantly better than his game time is showing.
Yes.
He needs to get game time.
Yeah.
Because he is very good.
Do you think he's ready? Yeah.
No, I don't know if he's ready.
Yeah.
But he is so good.
His quality. I rate him.
He's electrifying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When he gets the ball, it's kind of like Doku at the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
He gets the ball and he's attacking. He wants to go that way.
Direct.
He wants to go that way.
He don't care what's in his way.
Don't care. But I love that.
Yeah.
I love that about these players.
Yeah.
Doku, another one. I love that about him.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's so funny. I've got a friend who I've been talking about Doku for a minute now. 2 seasons now. I've been saying, this guy, if he can just fix this one problem and get minutes, he'll be one of the best players in the league.
Yeah.
Because he has this burst of pace over 5
Yeah.
that nobody can touch.
Yeah.
He's the scariest player on the pitch. In any game, he's the scariest player on the pitch. And I don't care who you're playing against.
Yeah.
Almost in the world, over 5 or over 10, he is the scariest player because there's nothing you can do about it. You know, that little juke he does.
He's got to get end product.
Yeah.
Because he's holding, like, if you look at the legacy before him, that's Sane. He had end product.
Yeah.
Sterling, when he was there in his prime.
Yeah,
Sterling got over 60 goals.
People forget about Sterling.
Yeah, he was,
People
trust me.
forget about
And Sterling had that Doku kind of burst of pace as well. I don't know if you can put anything down to the changing style of football because we're City up against a low block week in, week out.
No.
I can't tell. But what I can tell you is Doku needs to find a way to convert that sort of initial brilliance into a more of an end product.
As it stands, if we're looking at it this season so far,
Is he going to make your team one day in this season, do you think?
Do you know the only thing that keeps him on my team?
Go on.
Pep roulette.
Yeah, Pep roulette's a thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. The only player that makes my team is Haaland.
Because he's the only guaranteed one.
Yeah. He's the only, even goalkeepers. I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm terrified. He's the only one. Yeah. Chelsea's interesting. Chelsea have, like you say, you've got your bias.
Yeah.
But
I'm trying to undo that bias, by the way.
But the thing is, right, FPL, they aren't a great team for FPL because there's too many of them.
And they're too inconsistent.
They get assists, they get points from different places.
Yeah.
And you might get an assist from a defender or a goal from a defender that you otherwise wouldn't normally be doing because I'm not going to bring in a Chelsea defender.
It's almost like with Chelsea, you've got a pool of 17 players, whereas ordinarily it's 12 or 12, really,
12
isn't
really,
it? Yeah, 12, really, yeah.
So it's tough. It's tough for them, FPL-wise.
Yeah.
But if you look at them as a team, as far as a team is concerned, they're actually doing quite well.
Yeah.
Like in the grand scheme of how the league is going, they're doing all right. So I'm not bringing them in for FPL reasons, but I think you have to look at them. You have to pay attention.
Yeah.
And like you say, Caicedo, people need to look at Caicedo because he gets attacking.
I'm looking at him. I'm telling you that now. All right, let's move on then to our defensive midfielder section. Don't look, because I want it to be somewhat of a surprise to you.
Yeah.
All right, so what we do every week is we do a vote on a topic for our top, 5 of a category. We've done first touch, we've done managers, we've done flop transfers, we've done playmakers and football dictators, as in play dictators. And today we're going to be looking at defensive midfielders.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've got a list. Now, what I do sometimes is it's supposed to be top 5.
Yeah.
But sometimes I ask for a top 10.
Yeah.
Just to give a bit of variation.
Yeah.
And then if we have any tiebreakers, that tends to solve the problem rather than a flat top 5. But this is such a difficult list. What I'm going to do...
It's a difficult topic.
It's a hard topic, yeah. So, top 5 defensive midfielders of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Difficult topic, right. So, we've got 16 players that collected votes. So, I'm going to do what I call honourable shout-outs.
Yeah.
Then honourable shout-outs. Then the list, yeah? Honourable shout-outs are players who didn't make it in the top 10.
Okay.
And we got some heavyweights that didn't make it to the top 10, right? So, with the least amount of votes, and I don't want to spend too much on these guys because they didn't make the list. Right, so, in ascending order, we got Cambiaso, Lafana Diarra, Xabi Alonso, Daniel De Rossi,
Xabi was there.
Pirlo, which I think is criminal that he's not even in the top 10, and Mascherano, which I also think is criminal as well.
Yeah, Mascherano is my 10.
He's your 10.
He's 10.
How do you feel about a few players in that list that didn't make it top 10 in this vote?
Do you know what? I understand it. Especially it depends on how you are, how are you making the decisions for the list as well? Because how you are going to choose your list makes such a big difference to who's on your team, who's in your top 10, because your age will also tell what players, because you've seen certain players.
To be fair, in this vote, the people who submitted their lists were all of a similar generation.
Yeah. So you're not going to get Lothar Matthäus.
No.
You're not going to get Rijkaard. Because you've not seen these players. Although you look at Lothar Matthäus, he's probably up top 3.
Yeah.
If you actually take everything into consideration.
Yeah, fair.
But I didn't do my list that way. I did who did I watch and who, not just did I watch, who had the biggest impact in my head or in me.
Did you consider style of play? So what I mean by that, I had a situation where I had a player and I put him in my list, but then I took him out because I thought for a defensive mid, I think your primary duty is to defend. And so this player who was slightly more attacking but world class in that position, he had to go.
But this is why Pirlo didn't make my list. Because I was thinking about it like that.
I've actually got Pirlo he's my number 3, yeah? And the only reason why he's maybe an exception was just sheer brilliance.
I know, I know.
I lost discipline there.
You can put the ball on a dime anywhere in the pitch.
From deep.
Yeah. Anywhere in the pitch is one of the most dangerous playmakers of all time from deep. And All
right, cool. So from 10th to 6th now, right? In ascending order, we got Gattuso.
Okay, I like it.
Did you have him in your list?
Yep, 9th.
What a general. He was a dog, wasn't he?
So good to watch.
Yeah.
So entertaining.
But so good to watch from a sort of aggressive, sports perspective.
The thing is, he didn't get sent off. He was a tough player. You know that in the dressing room, people were thinking about him.
Yeah.
People were thinking about that matchup and they did not want it.
Yeah.
Imagine the edge you have coming into that game. Psychologically, when you know your opposition does not want to play you. That's huge.
Do you also know what I think is a telling sign? If you're a defensive midfielder playing with world-class players ahead of you, I think that says something. Because he would have played with Shevchenko in his prime, Kaká.
Imagine.
He would have had Seedorf.
Yeah, Clarence.
He would have had some world-class maintained reputation. So, all right, so that was number 10. Now, number 9, he made it because Craig voted him first. And Craig put comments in his message. He said, I can't remember my phone number. He said, Seedorf is in my team. I don't care. He can play anywhere. So
Clarence. Do you know what? Clarence is one that he had a little, and a lot of us growing up around the same time, you saw the way he played football and it was nice to watch. It was just nice to watch.
Seedorf for me would be a world-class coach's footballer. Because I feel that or I don't know, let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
Does Seydorf's reputation suffer because he didn't specialize in one thing? So if you look at all the most famous
I see
Pele,
what you mean,
Maradona, Messi, Ronaldo, Thierry Henry, R9, they all specialize.
Mhm.
Whereas Seydorf, I don't want to call him a jack of all trades. I want to call him a Superman of all trades.
Yeah, because you could do everything. Yeah,
Do you
do you
think
know what?
that's fair to say?
It's a good point, but also it makes sense that his reputation suffers because he did not get an opportunity to play consistently in these roles. So, like Philip Lahm could be in someone's list as a central defensive midfielder, but he was also right back. He was also centre back. He was everything.
Yeah. So he gets forgotten about. Yeah, that's true.
I'm not sure how many people thought about him for this list.
Yeah.
But he's one of the best players.
Yeah.
Of all time.
He's
because of his versatility.
Yeah.
And Clarence Seedorf will have suffered for it, but I mean, I don't think he cares too much about our lists.
Yeah.
Do you know, like he will have done his thing in all those positions and he'll be happy for it. And anyone that's played with him, can you imagine?
Okay. So next we got two more honourable shout.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just read out the next three honourable shout outs. Edgar Davids, Casemiro, and Roy Keane.
Yeah.
I want to say something about Casemiro. A lot of people, when they submitted their list, put Real Madrid version.
Yeah, Real Madrid.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's Madrid.
No. Let me tell you why I'm conflicted, yeah? I thought he was definitely amazing. And when Man United got him, like, that was a signing that sent shockwaves, right?
Yeah.
But he's failed to deliver at Man United. So for me, I think you need to be penalised for that.
Maybe.
It goes against you. It's like for me, it's like saying Torres is one of the best of all time, but in brackets, Liverpool. It doesn't work. You've got to consider what he did at Chelsea and he's got to be penalised for it.
Okay. So as far as that's concerned, when you're thinking about the best, think about how long he did it at Madrid. And I struggle to penalise any Manchester United player because there is a curse on that club.
Okay. And this is the disadvantage of you not being a fan now. Because you're taking an objective view, whereas football fans who support a rival team are not giving them any grace.
They are cursed. Imagine, right? Imagine Alex Ferguson wins the Premier League, leaves they didn't change anything the next season, leaves the team to, what was his name?
Moyes.
Leaves the team to Moyes. And they are just terrible.
No, but look.
From day one, it's like night and day.
No.
And since that day.
Do you know what that is? Do you know, you have to consider with that transition, right? The team Ferguson won the league, with had no right to win the league. Okay?
Well, yeah.
Just what it is for me is that team won the league because A, Ferguson's a world-class manager, but B, Ferguson's experience and history and knowledge and legacy in Carrington and with the club. So I don't think any manager takes over that Man United squad and wins the league without having that longevity with them.
I agree with you. Yeah. Now, obviously, they're not cursed, but I think I can. No, but I think I can. No, but I think I can. There's reasons around.
Yeah.
So think about how comfortable the team got around Fergie.
Yeah.
The whole backroom staff got so comfortable with not having to really compete with anyone else as far as backroom staff is concerned, because he's just going to win.
Yeah.
And he's a serial winner. Yeah. And then as soon as they had to, they just didn't want to spend the money to make those upgrades, to take the team into the 21st century and make the team a top team from the backroom.
Yeah. Just to be clear, when you talk about money, you're talking about facility and resource investment. Because they are one of the top spending teams in
no, so as far as transfers is concerned, but I'm talking about backroom staff. There is something wrong with the backroom staff. There's something wrong with the backroom staff. And there's something wrong with the way the team is being managed, not just from the manager's perspective, from from everyone, from how are they purchasing players?
Yeah.
How are they even scouting these players? Like there's physio, the way that they're dealing with their players, the actual facilities. There's something wrong there. And then that has bred this almost a certain kind of player. Like how many times have you heard of a player getting a manager sacked?
So by your logic then, do you think if you put Casemiro into Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City,
Different
you
player.
see a better version?
Yeah.
You think so?
Different player.
Oh, fair.
Different player. Genuinely.
Yeah.
Different. I think you put Amorim into many different teams. Different manager.
Fair. Okay, so you're giving him grace. All right. That's a reasonable proposition. Okay. Edgar Davids didn't make the top 5. Roy Keane didn't make the top 5.
I see Roy Keane not making top 5 because it also depends on how you even classify him as a defensive midfielder, because he himself would be quite offended if you called him a defensive midfielder. I think he's actually said it.
How do you understand he perceives himself?
As a midfielder, so the way I've heard him talk about his role, he isn't a defensive midfielder. He is a midfielder with a job. And because their communication is very good, he would go
Goals. Yeah.
and then drop. He would go
all right.
and then drop.
Okay.
I class him as a defensive midfielder,
Yeah.
but he doesn't necessarily class himself.
So I laughed at Els because Els said that I said interesting you put so Els had Vieira above Keane. So Roy Keane didn't even make Els's list, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I said, interesting that Keane didn't make your list and Vieira did.
Yeah.
And he said he saw Keane, he didn't say he's a box-to-box, but he saw him less of a defensive. And I laughed at him. Because my thing is, if you look at Keane's strengths and what he brought more to the team, look, Scholes was a terrible tackler. 4-4-2 was Keane and Scholes, yeah? All right, Carrick came in and other players came in.
Yeah.
It's most known for Keane and Scholes. Out of the two of them, Scholes was clearly the better advanced player.
Yeah.
And for me, Keane was clearly the better defensive player.
So that is true in the sense of, yes, he is the better defensive player, but that's not the way that team set up.
Yeah.
They didn't set up like that. I think they got quite a lot of help from the defense, from the back.
They did.
So
they got a lot of help from everywhere. Because if you look, Beckham, his work rate was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Scholes' positioning sense was phenomenal. Giggs was a hard worker as well. And then you had, arguably one of the best consistent back fours in the Premier League scene over a long period of time.
I mean, Patrice Evra.
Yeah.
Vidic,
even the Nevilles, Ferdinand. Yap Stam.
Ooh. I tell you what, they had some players.
Yeah, they
had
did.
some players.
Yeah.
But Roy Keane, so that's the way I perceive.
Yeah, fair.
I perceived him as being not necessarily a defensive midfielder, but I see why anyone would.
Yeah.
He for me, he was kind of in A list.
Yeah.
Because I made two lists.
Yeah.
And I was like, he was in A list. And I was like, he can't make it for me.
Okay, so then before we move on, don't want to spend too much time on Keane, right? Keane wouldn't make a top 10 box-to-box midfielder list.
I don't think so.
He wouldn't make, well, we're not going to do playmaker.
No.
What list does he make then? What profile of midfielder?
So I don't think you take Keane and go, you can't put him in a box. He's part of a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
And it's almost, you only see the detriment of not having him when you don't have him.
And look, to be fair with Keane, I'm very conscious that he had other strengths other than winning the ball back, because he's quite disciplined, right? He was a mentality monster, but he could break the line with passes. And I think in a 4-4-2, any midfielder has to know how to break the line with passes, because you need to be able to get the ball up to the two strikers.
Yeah.
You don't have a transition up to the
quick as possible. Make it happen.
That's fair. Okay. All right. So let's move on to our top 5 then.
Yeah. Okay.
This is
going to be interesting.
This is here we go now. Yeah. Number 5 on 19 points. Let me just refresh this list. Hold on, just to make sure.
It's not changed.
Do you know what I mean? All right, it's not changed. Good. Okay, so Number 5, we had the most recent Ballon d'Or winner
Rodri.
for a midfielder, and that's Rodri from Man City.
To me, it makes sense.
So you
recent.
You think he's justified? I mean, winning the Ballon d'Or says a lot, right?
Yeah.
You think he's justified in making a top 10 DM list
Of all time.
with nostalgia in there as well?
Well, I had him 4th.
Yeah, you did.
I had him 4th. And he was...
I had him 8th.
See, the thing with Rodri, right? You have to take into consideration that he won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
That has to hit home.
Yes.
Some way. He won the Ballon d'Or as a CDM.
Yeah.
Now, my issue with putting too much on that is I'd argue the Ballon d'Or list is kind of weak.
I mean, everyone talks about Nedved winning it over Thierry Henry.
Yeah, so it's kind of weak at the moment.
Yeah.
But if you take what he means to City and look at when he got injured and what that did to them as a squad, I mean, they just come off winning a treble and they lost him, and they were probably the worst I've ever seen, or at least in the last decade, City play.
I think you got to look at international as well.
Oh, yeah.
Pivotal for Spain, right?
Yeah. 100%.
Okay. All right. So that's Rodri. Number 4, there is bias from me, and I don't care because he was actually 4 for my list
With
as
Vieira.
well. Patrick, the king.
Patrick's another one.
One of my heroes.
Where he's kind of teetering between what do you consider a CDM?
And I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Because do you know what? I think a sign of a great CDM, some of the best CDMs, and Rodri shows this as well, is they can do the number 6 role really well and add something to their game.
They can get
Goal,
goals.
assist.
Yep.
And I think with Vieira, where he stands out is like build.
Yeah.
6'4".
But he wasn't just 6'4". He was like, his aura gave him a 2-inch boost. It was crazy.
Even though he had a bit of a softly spoken voice.
Now we're on the pitch. You don't want to play him.
I mean, aerially, dominates in the air, long legs that just will tackle you from 10 feet away.
Yeah.
What a quality player. Won the World Cup with France.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, didn't get, Europe with Arsenal, but Invincibles with Arsenal.
Yeah, huge.
Brilliant.
I mean, if you look at his history, what he can say he's won and what he can say he's done, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And I really like Vieira.
Yeah.
I was a little between.
Yeah.
So he made it further down my list, but
he was 5th on your list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Yeah.
But it's very, very nice. I'm a big fan. I like the way he plays.
Yeah. Next, and I don't know how to feel about this, and I was conflicted with this one.
Yeah.
So he made my list. He made your list as well. He was 2nd, so you're probably responsible for him being so high up.
Yeah.
N'Golo Kante.
Why? What's wrong with N'Golo?
I just see him as a box-to-box.
You see him as a box-to-box. You don't see his defensive work rate.
No, I'm not taking that away from him. I just think if you have N'Golo Kante in any midfield 3, I don't think you put him as a 6 because we know what ground he can cover, and it's a bit of a waste. Because the number 6 position, it's a very disciplined position.
Yeah.
You can't get forward as much as you'd like to because you have to hold that space.
We just had this conversation about Vieira.
And we had it about Keane as well.
No, I know, but you just said the thing that makes a top CDM is they can give you that extra because of their work rate.
Okay, but with Vieira, he's doing it from deep. Whereas N'Golo Kante, as a box-to-box, he's more likely to be caught ahead of the ball than behind the ball. And that's where I think, look, I'm not taking anything away.
No, maybe. But I think you also need to remember his work rate is unmatched across almost anyone I can think of, except maybe in my head, Makelele. Because the way he came back,
him above Makelele.
The way he came back, it didn't matter where he was on the pitch.
Yeah.
Because even if he wasn't exactly where he was supposed to be, he made his way all the way back, got the ball, and then drove forward again.
For Leicester in the 4-4-2, Leicester played a 4-5-2 with Kante, or a 4.5 to with Kante.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what. Nah, so for me, Kante, just also what I remember, because I watched a lot of him play, especially that Leicester season. He just locked that midfield down in a way that not many players can do.
Yeah.
There was a no-go zone.
Yeah.
And if that ball was anywhere in that midfield and it wasn't Chelsea's ball or Leicester's, it was going to be.
Yeah.
Because he was there.
Yeah.
And he was so vicious.
He was,
He was just there. And there's nothing you could do about it.
Yeah. Kante, honestly, Kante is definitely worthy of some sort of top 10 recognition or some sort of Hall of Fame world
People
class
aren't
something.
going to agree with all this.
Yeah.
But for me, I think it's also, like I was saying in the beginning of this, it's also about how they made you feel.
Yeah.
And when I watch Kante play, there's not many CDMs that can make you think, wow.
Consistently.
Wow.
Leicester, Chelsea and France
Wow.
as well.
France, yeah. Wow.
And he won the World Cup with
In
France,
that
didn't he?
France, I think he did. In that France.
Pogba and Matuidi, wasn't it? Yeah.
In that France. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. So this was the tiebreaker until I got Elsa's list, yeah? And in second place, he was my first place. He was your third place, was Claude Makelele.
Oh, Claude.
Diminutive, positional monster.
You look at what he did.
A radar bold head.
You look at in that Madrid as well.
And Chelsea.
But in that Madrid.
That Madrid, yeah.
The fact that he was able to put his mark on every game in that Madrid, that's Galacticos.
Yeah.
We're talking about some of the greatest players to ever play the game, and you took away Makelele was very good tonight.
Yeah.
Like, he's special.
Yeah.
And I see him kind of how I see Kante in the work rate.
Yeah.
He was everywhere and he just was ruthless. Ruthless.
He's you know what I said about Gattuso? It's a similar sort of thing with Kante, because if you look at that Makelele, if you look at that Real Madrid team, you had Guti, Zidane, Raul. He played with Ronaldo, didn't he?
I believe so.
He had Figo, Roberto Carlos, and he's not forgotten. Like, it's not easy to be a defensive midfielder and maintain a reputation when you got attackers like that.
Exactly.
And we've had some, if you look at the Premier League, for example, you look at someone like Nicky Butt, who was a reliable, solid, but he won't be remembered.
Not the same way, no.
He won't be remembered. Like,
great player, but just won't get that recognition
because
and you can't even make the argument that it is because he's not I'm gonna say, like, Makelele is in this Galacticos team.
Makelele
shouldn't.
He's a Galactico in a defensive. Like, Galactico and defensive is almost like a oxymoron in a way, isn't it?
Because you just see these attacking players get all the recognition, especially at the time. Remember, this is a time where attacking players got recognition. A defensive player very, very rarely will even be on a Ballon d'Or shortlist. I think the first one I ever saw was it Nesta or was it
Cannavaro?
Cannavaro. Won the World Cup and got the Ballon d'Or. Outside of that, attacker. Makelele in that era was just special. Special.
Which takes us to first, the winner.
Obviously the first.
And I think
the only one.
If you haven't figured out who this is
only
now,
one.
It's Busquets.
Special.
Okay, I know what is special for me. What is special for you with Busquets?
So, not only is his positional awareness world class in a team that includes Iniesta, Xavi, Messi, and then think Ronaldinho, Henry, Eto'o, Neymar, Suarez, and the length of time that he was that guy. Positional awareness was world class. His distance management, unbelievable distance management. Because he was able to just nick the ball without giving away a free kick. And he was able to give away free kicks to reset the game in such a way that he wasn't picking up cards regularly.
Yeah. If you don't understand football, you might not understand how conceding free kicks is a part of a defensive midfielder's game.
100%. It's important.
If you don't understand football, you might not appreciate it. But Zubimendi does it.
Yeah.
But it annoys me because when he does it, we tend to concede. So what's like in Sunderland, right? But if you don't understand football, you won't appreciate that.
Yeah, because you have to take those opportunities to reset the game. Because especially if you have the positional awareness and you have the spatial awareness to go, we are outnumbered. We're outnumbered. I can make a little bit of a cynical. It's fine, but you only get so many cynicals. He was so good at it that he didn't pick up cards. So you could do it more often in a game, reset the game, and then they could press from that reset position. He was, if not was the best, if the best of all time at doing that, resetting the game.
I think the strength that, if I look at all the defensive midfielders on this list, right, one of the attributes he had that nobody else had was his, and it's not just ball control. It's not ball control, but it's not a dribble.
Yeah.
It's his ability to beat a man without running.
I wish I could do that.
He could and I don't know if it's feint. I don't know if it's what the right word is, dummy, but what he will do is he will control the ball and shift his body or drop his shoulder in a manner where he's beaten you on the turn without sprinting.
Spatial awareness. He's got some of the best spatial awareness in the game.
He knows where you are and he knows how he needs to shift or turn to create space.
Yeah.
And he was so press resistant because of it. If I look at we go crazy over Gravenberch's turn.
Yeah.
Nothing on Busquets. We go crazy over how Partey was press resistant.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Not even close.
He was world class.
Special in his own right.
Yeah.
Special in his own right.
Yeah.
So this is when I was talking about his spatial awareness. Those movements that you're talking about him doing, right? Imagine how much forethought he had, that he knew the way he's angling his body makes it look like he's going to pass it over there.
Yeah.
And he's leaving it to the absolute last second for the player to just get there. He makes it look like, and then he's gone.
Yeah. I just need to add something to that because what he's also doing, he's so aware, he's using the player's momentum against him. So if you're going to press him and you're running at him full speed, he understands what angle that is.
Yeah.
So he knows if I shift my position this way, because of the speed you're running at, you can't do anything.
Huge. It's crazy. When you actually look at the top players, talk about that. Even something as stupid as this, you might not think it's huge, but it is if you're an attacking player and you're driving at a defender. Yeah. How the defender plants his foot and when you make your decision, they go hand in hand. So you'll watch some of these players and they wait for the foot to be fully planted as opposed to be on the tiptoe. If they're on the tip, they don't make the move. Soon as he plants his foot, he's got no momentum, he's got no push, and he's gone. Yeah. And they make the decision based on how the player puts his foot down. This is a CDM doing that kind of thing with the unbelievable spatial awareness that he had, in that team.
Yeah.
Iniesta and Xavi were right next to him. Imagine, he was able to not only reset the game when he wanted to, he was great at getting that kind of Wan-Bissaka touch, that weird one.
Yeah.
He could get the ball, and he was so good at playing that driving ball through the line.
Breaking the line, yeah. But I can't think of any defensive midfielder on here
that didn't
who didn't know how to break the line. Yeah. And it's for people to understand defensive midfielder world-class etiquette, just look at defensive midfielders today who aren't breaking the line. Yeah. A lot of these players could probably play in a 4-4-2.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of defensive midfielders today who can't play in a 4-4-2. Because there'll be so much taken away from that midfield because of their on-the-ball ability.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But then we are talking about the best ever.
Yeah.
We're talking about some of the best ever to do it.
Yeah.
And that's what it takes.
So you know what? Listen, I think I've been annoyed at previous lists we've done.
I don't disagree.
But this list to have Busquets, Makelele as top two, I think well done, everyone.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah.
100%. I agree.
Rodri makes sense.
Yeah.
If I undo my bias, I think Patrick Vieira's position could have been challenged.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I look at sort of Kante, look, I don't deny that he is world class. Maybe there's another conversation.
You have a dispute with his positioning,
Yeah.
with his role.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And I don't disagree. I think I think they've made an accurate assessment of top five.
Yeah. All right. So next topic.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to go into this with too much depth because of time.
Yeah.
But just want to touch on the World Cup quickly.
Yeah.
And what your thoughts are. It's going to be in the summer. This summer in the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, is it Colorado? Apparently that's more of a sports-friendly climate at that time of year.
Interesting. Yeah. I've not seen too much of that. I've just heard it's going to be, because I think some of them is going to be played in Mexico, no?
Which is going to be equate as a challenging time. Yeah. Very challenging time. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on sort of teams to look out for. Maybe I might start this conversation just to give you a bit of inspiration with France's attack. If you look at their best three, I think it's Mbappe, Dembele, and Elise, and that scares me.
The only thing about France, though, historically, they aren't, last, 10 so years, last 3 World Cups, really, 2. They aren't the most consistent, too much ego in that team.
Yeah.
Remember that one, was it Euros that they got kicked out? Did they get kicked out?
France they're like, you get two opposite ends of the extreme. Mm-hmm. You get the France that don't make it out of the group stage, or you get the France that makes it to the semis.
Unbelievable. But as far as pure ability, they've got the Ballon d'Or winner. They've got some of the top players in the world. Mbappe. I mean, Mbappe is just dangerous. I personally don't like Mbappe, but it's undeniable that he is one of the best strikers in the world. He can create something out of nothing. And you need those.
You do. Do you think you can play Elise, Mbappe, and Dembele? Because if you put Mbappe up front...
I don't like Mbappe up front.
I don't like it as well. Left wing, isn't it?
I don't like Mbappe.
So you could possibly do this. Mbappe on the left, Elise on the right, and Dembele is like a false 9.
But even then...
But I don't like Dembele in the middle an the international stage.
Neither do I. No, it's tough. Because who are their striker options? I think they produce really good wingers.
Yeah.
And defenders.
Yeah. But Griezmann's tired. If I see Giroud one more time, I don't get
Giroud. There's an argument.
He's brilliant. Don't get me wrong.
Player.
Yeah. A big tournament player as well. Yeah.
There's going to be a time where we're telling our kids, and you could do a highlight reel, and you could say this guy's the best player of all time. And you'd have an argument because you look at those highlights.
If there's a nuclear war and we lose data,
those highlights.
Giroud could be a cell.
You remember that bicycle, that scorpion kick?
Scorpion kick.
Oh, I tell you what.
Okay, another country, Spain.
So I like Spain. I think with the emergence of Yamal.
Yeah.
And you've got, what's his name? Williams, Nico. Yeah. You look at these young players that are coming up, in Yamal being 17 now. In the last tournament, they won Euros, didn't they?
Yeah.
Look at that team.
Do you know what it is with Spain? Do you know Spain is, and they manage culture at international football level so well.
Yeah.
Because Nico Williams might have a poor season.
Yeah.
He plays for Spain.
Different player. Yeah.
Just a complete different player. And maybe it's because he's got better players around him compared to Bilbao. But Rodri, you got Ruiz.
Mm-hmm.
Who else have they got in the middle?
Trying to think.
Pedri.
Yeah, Pedri. Barca Pedri. I tell you what.
You got Gavi possibly on the bench. And look, people might laugh at me for saying this, but Marino is a respected Spanish international. Marino of the goals he gets.
Marino's an interesting one because he doesn't get as much love as he should, considering what he's been asked to do.
Because I think he's a misunderstood player. So the TikTok lives just jumped off, and that's fine because we've given enough. But yeah, he's a misunderstood player for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marino.
He's been asked to do something I don't think is...
See if I can get that back on again.
That's right.
Keep talking because I'm still engaged, still part of the conversation.
That's right.
Yeah.
See how it goes. Yeah, Marino's interesting. Marino's one that I think, because he's been asked to do something that's not necessarily in his wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Because Arteta saw that he could produce numbers to a degree, but he isn't producing what you'd consider a world-class striker to do. He's been almost compared to other strikers where he isn't. He's just not a striker. Even though he got some numbers, he's not going to win you the league. And when was it? Was it last season? Back end?
Mm-hmm.
You got stuck with him.
Yeah.
And he got you a couple goals.
He done really well.
That's where he got a lot of bad press.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, well, but Marino is the kind of goals he scores and he's just not a striker, But yeah, he isn't a striker.
I think with Marino, I think the biggest problem he has is Arsenal fans have this expectation that midfield transfers we're going to do are going to be players that can walk into any team and compete. But I think what Marino done was he bridged the gap for Arsenal that we didn't have. And he gives us a different dimension. He's a threat in the air. Mm-hmm. He's, reliable on the ball. He's strong. He meets that athletic. He's not the quickest.
Yeah.
He has a good understanding of the game. Yeah, he is clever.
He's clever.
He is clever. Okay, Spain, England. What do you think?
England. I mean, with tonight's win over Albania, it's a clean sheet, clean run. They won every game without conceding a single goal. I'd argue against anyone to do that across any generation. You don't. Yeah. People concede.
Yeah.
They won every game, no draws. Yeah. They won every game without conceding. There's something to be said about that. I wouldn't write home. I wouldn't say they're going to win because of that. Yeah. But you have to take that and go, well, there's been previous competitions where they might not have even made it. Never mind clean sheet. Run, just a run through.
I'll give you that. It's the only problem with that is that it's very difficult to take something from the qualification rounds and use that to predict for the World Cup.
I don't think you can do that across any competition.
I think with England, I like the midfield. So I think in Rice, Bellingham, and possibly now Anderson or Wharton.
Yeah, I was going to say, those are the two for me.
Anderson or Wharton?
Yeah.
Who are you going for?
So I kind of like what I was watching Wharton earlier. I kind of like Wharton, but then Anderson, box to box, he's good.
Do you know what it is? I think if you put emotion in it, you choose Wharton. If you take emotion out of it, I think it's Anderson.
Anderson, I think he'll do a job. And the fact that you've got Wharton as an option.
Yeah.
I actually don't think picking the 11 is the toughest.
We're going to go through it.
Yeah,
we're going to do it.
I don't think it's the toughest.
I don't care about time now. We started, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
So I did put together an England 11.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk through each position. And I want to hear your thoughts,
Yeah.
Now, right back, so underwhelming because of Trent at Madrid. That should be Trent, but it's not going to be.
Reece.
I mean, he's been playing. Mm-hmm. It's been working. If he stays fit. Would you put him at right back? Because I've
Reece.
Yeah.
I've got Reece at right back.
Okay. Centre back pairing. Ideally, I've got Stones and Gahey.
I mean, that's what I've got. I've got Gahey and I've got Stones.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got Gahey and I've got Stones. Far. Yeah, I mean, look at Gahey. He offers attacking threat as well. Stones he's got that. What you call it? Like he's confident, but he's also got experience.
He's got know-how. He's got tournament know-how.
It's experience.
Yeah.
And you need that. You've got this Gahey, new guy, such a good defender, and you've got the the one that
Yeah.
is experienced.
Can I say I'm not mad at Stones and Maguire though?
No,
I'm not mad at it because Maguire is different for England.
Yeah,
you
it's
can't
tough.
look
It's
at him
weird,
the same
isn't
as
it? It's
United.
weird.
Yeah,
But then I feel like I get a bit twitchy when I
Yeah.
see Maguire on the pitch
Yeah.
because I feel like anything can happen in tournaments, and I'd hate it if it was him that
Yeah,
caused the
yeah.
problem. Oh,
Yeah.
it'd be so frustrating.
Dan Burn for me was my left back.
And I don't know.
He was my left back, and I'm thinking with a view of if Tuchel wants James to invert, you've then got Burn, Stones, and Gahey as what I think is a reliable back three.
Yeah, I think obviously Dan Burn, he plays left back sometimes for Newcastle, but he's majority centre back,
Yeah.
isn't he? I think with Livramento, with Lewis Skelly, and with Hall, you've got options.
You've got options. I mean,
Why would you?
based on what we've seen so far, right? I'm going for this. Skelly's not getting game time, so I'm not mad at Tuchel not picking him, right?
Mhm.
But I also think if you look at stability, I think football's moved on from two traditional fullbacks who can give you attacking returns. I think if you look at how the game has changed, a Reece James who sometimes plays centre mid for Chelsea, who can invert,
Yeah.
and a Dan Burn who's just good aerially
Mhm.
and solid, I think you've got a decent recipe.
Okay.
That's my logic.
So the only thing is, yeah. So with what you're saying, obviously, with that setup, you got Reece and you got Dan Burn. Dan Burn is not going to attack. He's not.
No.
He's just safe.
Yeah.
Where if you play a Reece and a Skelly, is a bit.
I mean, look, it's still reliable. Don't get me wrong. It's just a different formula. It's a different formula.
Yeah. I mean, I think if I could field a team, tomorrow for the World Cup, I think Skelly makes my team. Lewis Skelly makes my team.
Yeah.
Now that might just be because I like the way he plays.
Yeah.
I really like the way he plays.
Yeah.
I like the way he's as confident as he is at such a young age. He's 19 now. He's a child and he's confident. Look at that game against Madrid. You could argue, but he's inexperienced. He's young. Yeah, he's not going to be able to cope with these big occasions.
He can cope.
He can cope with a big occasion.
He would be up against Yamal if England were to play Spain.
And my only real critique of Lewis Skelly is because of the kind of player he is. When he drives, because he likes to drive, he does leave gaps.
And because of that, I've seen him give away too many fouls.
Yeah.
And if you were to give me a back four of James, Stones, Gahey, and Skelly, who would you put your money on to get a red card?
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Lewis Skelly is. He's also a little rash.
Yeah.
So especially if he loses the ball, he'll come back in. He'll kick out. He'll do something stupid.
Yeah.
So I completely get Burn, but I think instead of Burn, I probably would go Livra.
Bear in mind, this is my bias up to today.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. All right, let's go into midfield. Let's go into midfield, right? So I've got Anderson in the 6 and Rice box to box.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we
100%.
just touched on Anderson more, and so not a lot to say there. We all know Rice is going to play.
Yeah.
So, all right. Now, the number 10 has been a topic of controversy for Tuchel because he's not sure on Bellingham, Foden, or Rodgers.
Yeah.
That's the latest update that we have.
Yeah.
I think for Bellingham to have a question mark over his head is utter madness, and I can't tell if Tuchel is doing mind games with Bellingham or if he seriously doubts him. So, what's your thoughts?
Look at how much game time, because obviously he was just injured, wasn't he? So how much game time he's getting at Madrid, and the way he's playing at Madrid. I watched him tonight. I mean, it was fairly underwhelming tonight. I didn't think he lit the room up. I think likely he'll go to the World Cup. He'll be number 10. It just seems the most likely thing. Playing for Madrid and the amount of backlash I think Tuchel will get if he doesn't do that. That has to be thought about. But is Foden right now better than Bellingham? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Is Rodgers right now better than Bellingham? No.
All underwhelming, to be fair.
No.
I think with Bellingham, I understand maybe needing to take the pressure off of him, maybe bring the ego a little bit down because he's such a mentality monster for England. When he does play for England, he is the headline player.
Yeah.
And you could argue that maybe it's Bellingham is slightly bigger than England. You could argue from
I'd say going based on the last Euros, you could make that argument.
Yeah. So I can understand Tuchel maybe trying to strategically and media manage Bellingham into more of an underdog. But I still think he needs to be there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
He has to be there.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, he has to be there.
Yeah.
But the only criticism that I would make of Tuchel if he goes into the tournament and plays Bellingham is if Bellingham isn't doing his job, get him off the pitch.
Get him off, yeah. Don't do what Southgate was too
terrified. It was terrified of the backlash.
It's either loyalty or it's stubbornness with your system, a bit like Amarin.
He was terrified.
Yeah.
And it frustrated me watching the tournament, thinking that it's not working.
Yeah.
Move.
Yeah.
You've got players.
Yeah.
You've got options.
Yeah.
Use them.
Fair. All right, let's move into the attack. Are we in agreement with Harry Kane up front?
You don't have an option.
Can I just say something though? Harry Kane drops deep for Bayern and it works really well because you have Diaz and Elise pushing on, right? So you kind of don't lose anything. But the way England play, it's more like drop back as a unit. So my one request, please, I'm saying Harry Kane start up front. My one request is if the dropping back isn't working and Kane can't adopt his game, take him off.
So I agree. But I would add that the way he's playing at Bayern this season, I think he's adopted it in a way that it isn't like it was at Spurs because he was the main man at Spurs.
Yes.
And he almost felt like he had to do everything.
Yeah, agreed.
Look at the way he's doing it with Bayern. He's not having to do everything. So he is dropping deep. He is playing the ball, but he's also making sure he's there.
Yeah.
And he's getting goals.
He's getting goals, yeah.
He's getting goals at Bayern.
Yeah.
This isn't Spurs we're talking about. This is Bayern.
Yeah. Because you're seeing what a world-class player can do in a world-class team versus a not world-class team.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, are we agreed with Saka on the right wing?
Yeah, I've got Saka on the right wing.
All right. So left wing is an unsolved problem.
Yeah, left wing.
And do you know what? I don't know what it is about England, but it's been an unsolved problem for as far back as the golden generation.
I mean, I'm trying to think best left wings, but
it's hard.
Tough.
We've had Darius Vassell, we've had Kieran Dyer, we've even put Gerrard.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not like you don't have options. There's some decent options. I'm sure we'll go over
this generation you do.
Yeah, we'll go over them. There's some decent options. But I'll be honest, coming into this conversation, I had Anthony Gordon.
I'm not mad at it.
I had Anthony Gordon coming into the conversation.
Can I ask you?
Then I watched the game and Rashford came on. And I went, do you know what? If he plays like this, because he had instant impact.
Yeah.
Instant.
You see, the problem with Rashford is, the biggest issue isn't his ability. It's when he has a really good season to repeat it. We know that he has, I think my feeling of Rashford is over 7-8 years, you've had, and correct me if I'm wrong, the stats, whatever, but you've had 3 or 4 standout seasons, then you decline.
Well, he's been in
You're man of the hour and then you decline. He's doing it again. So under Ten Hag, he was unplayable, consistently scoring goals.
Yeah.
We're seeing that Rashford at Barcelona again.
Yeah.
And so this is a good time for him in the World Cup.
I agree.
But my only criticism is, Rashford, can you do it next year? Now, that's a different conversation, but you've gone for Gordon and you're respecting Rashford as a close second is what I think I understand.
So I had them like next to each other.
Yeah.
And the only reason I went for Gordon over Rashford was because of previous bias.
Right.
Right. Rashford, I saw you at United. I saw what you were doing.
Yeah.
But I have seen him, what he's doing at Barca. And he got a lot of criticism. And through that criticism, I think he's growing.
Yeah.
Because he got a lot of criticism in the UK, but he almost was bigger than the club, weirdly enough. Like, it was a weird situation where he was doing all this philanthropic work and he was doing all this outside of the football. And then it's like football took a back seat and it just didn't feel committed. So now that he's gone, do you know what? I need to pick my socks up because I've got this 17-year-old making me look stupid on a daily basis. I think I need to really put in the work.
Yeah, fair.
And I think we're seeing benefits. We're seeing big benefits. And if he can reproduce, you see that ball he put in tonight?
I didn't see the Barca. No. Sorry, England.
Yeah. He got the ball, stood up the defender, and just went right and just blasted it into the box. You know, one of those, beautiful arc on it.
Well, you're seeing a direct...
Straight to his head, straight to Harry Kane's head.
Yeah.
And that's what Harry Kane wants.
Yeah.
Harry Kane wants players that are going to do that.
Yeah.
That are going to not, tiki-taka outside the box and maybe we'll go back and forward and... No. Harry Kane's there. Just put it. I'll figure the rest out.
What you described is Barcelona Rashford.
Yeah.
Barcelona Rashford. Okay, cool. I want to touch on a few players.
Yeah.
So Wharton agreed not on the starting 11, but he made the plane.
Yeah, I like Wharton.
As they make the plane?
I find Eze a really difficult one because I don't think he's in great favor, is he? But
Tuchel's playing him though.
I saw. Yeah, I saw. And I'd like him to because I like the way he plays. But with all the options, it's tough. It's a tough decision. I think so. I think he makes it.
Foden or Rodgers?
That's hard. That's really hard.
I say drop Foden.
That's really hard.
But
if you want to do it based on current form, Rodgers is dead in the water.
My issue with Foden is he's not proven himself for England.
No.
And I think we've not even spoken about Cole Palmer, by the way.
Cole Palmer's a weird one because he's injured currently. I mean, they're taking it day by day.
But you know what you're going to get. You got a big game player in there.
You got a big game player that before the Club World Cup, he hadn't produced a goal in open play since like February or something stupid.
They want Chelsea to go on a bad run. Yeah.
So, but this is your best attacking player that hasn't produced an open play goal in months. That's unacceptable. We kind of, especially as an FPL community, with him, he's like it's a weird one because as soon as he does anything, Palmer's the best player in the world. Get him in.
Do you know what is with Cole Palmer? We all know what he's got in his locker. There's no if Cole Palmer's having a good day, you know it's going to be a good day.
Yeah.
What, 4 goals against Brighton last, in a match?
But then they were the only goals he scored. He took all of his goals and put them in one game.
Is Palmer on the plane?
I'd like to think so if he's fit.
If he's fit.
Fitness is very important because you're already taking players who are injury risks. Look at Gahey's injury risk. You're already taking players who are injury risks. You don't want to dilute the team too much with players that might not even play. It's tough. And I'd like to think so. But question marks.
Let's wrap it up there because time. But I really wanted to get into that. I couldn't resist. But listen, thank you so much for coming on. Just tell people where they can find you again.
So I'm on TikTok, FPL.Maverick, YouTube at FPL Maverick. Going to be doing a lot more stuff soon. I've not really got into the live so much, but check me out. And I'm sure if you like the data-driven stuff, that's where I'm at.
Excellent. And again, reminder, Beyond the Sidelines pod, Instagram, TikTok, Beyond the Sidelines, YouTube, and XBTS pod with a 0. Brilliant. All right, listen, thanks for coming on. Really enjoyed this. We got to have you back on
for sure.
Hopefully with the rest of the boys here as well, because it's a different energy when they're here, and I've really enjoyed it.
That's been fun.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good stuff, man. Peace to everyone out there, man.